Good morning, everyone, again. So this is Alan Ngoy here, and thanks very much for being here. This is the final webinar. So I hope it'll be instructive and informative for you guys, because the point here is that when we're done, we're going to take 30 minutes. When we're done here, you should know exactly how to operate this virtual A&DSS. So I don't know if I want to see who's on the call here. Well, for those who are familiar with the event, I apologize, but I'm going to have to spend a bit of time explaining how the B2B meetings, how the matchmaking program actually works to those who are new. So please be patient, because at the end of that, I will be telling you what kind of changes we're going to be having for this event here. So for you folks who are new, it is extremely important to remember that we're not talking about an exhibition here. Okay, this is it's a matchmaking program, which means that you're attending the event not to exhibit, but to take part in pre-arranged meetings. So the way it works, very simple. You of course, what you need to do in the first place is to register, and everyone has registered. Okay, and once you've registered, what we do is that we create a profile with the details that you provide. And once we created that profile, what happens is that we give you access to all the other detailed descriptions of the participants. So okay, so here's what I needed you to see. All right, so concretely, I hope everyone can see, of course, the screen. Um, every time that we create a profile, you provide details about who you are, what you do, and this is what we get. We know who you are, we know what to do, and this is visible to all the other participants. 2.5 weeks before the event, you sign into your profile, and you basically can tell us, okay, I'm going to be available on over the course of the entire event. And here the event is going to be running on March the 15th, the 16th, and the 17th. However, because of the time difference between the US and Europe, there's a lot of European companies, especially for those of you who do business internationally. We want to make sure that there's more time for everyone to meet with other folks. So it will be possible to be available on the Thursday and the Friday as well. So that means the 18th and the 19th. If you are available, definitely encourage you to make yourself available for new meetings. So once you have done that, you can move forward. And for those who are new, please remember, you cannot move to this next step if you have not set up availability for at least one participant. It's not possible. So when you get here, what you do is that you click on add meetings. And here, basically, you have the entire list of participants. And every time that you click on a company, like this one here, you can see the names of the delegates, their job titles, but also a description of what the company does. And most importantly, you can also see the capability matrix. And here, you can see this very company here, they are specialized in machining and assembly of composite parts. Okay, so you can see what applications they do in a civilian project, in military projects, what certifications they have, and so on and so forth. So it's very, as you can see, exhaustive. Okay, it really gives you an idea of who they are. And if you want to meet with them, you go ahead and you request meetings with them. So that's how the whole thing works. And you can go ahead and see Boeing. This is a concrete example here. This is called the Boeing Supplier Summit. So people are coming here. You guys are coming because you want to meet with a number of aerospace potential customers, but also because you want to meet with the Boeing company. And you have to know that the Boeing company really is engaging with smaller companies today. It's not okay. No, we don't want to work with the small companies. No, they actually do want to know the smaller companies. So this is an opportunity for you. And as you can see here, it's not Boeing. You have multiple individuals from the Boeing company, different divisions, and so on and so forth. So basically, you can go ahead and say, okay, I want to see who these guys are. Okay, this is supply management, parts and and assemblies. And with a procurement agent, very often they actually pair themselves so they can meet with you guys. So you can see here, for instance, that this specific team is interested in foundry, in forming, in casting, sheet metal. So if you do that, if you have these kind of capabilities, definitely this team is something, I mean, is a team that you want to meet with. Okay. So you will go ahead and select them. And hopefully I'm lucky here. I want to see this guy. You can see, all right, they are interested in machining. Same thing. You can go ahead and select them. Once, and I know something else I need to add here, you can also search companies using the search engine. Remember, when you registered, you fill out the online form, and the online form actually featured a technical matrix, what we call the nomenclature. Okay, so using that technical matrix here, you can go ahead and say, okay, we've got capabilities in plastics, and we do specifically thermoset plastics. So you go ahead and hit the search button, and you can see the software is searching. I hope you won't take too much time. And what's going to happen is that it will screen filter the companies that do thermosets. That really helps you target exactly who you want to meet with. Okay. And it is important. Why? Because there's such a long list of companies. And even though this event is virtual this year, we're still expecting a lot of suppliers, a lot of OEMs. There's hundreds of companies participating. So you want to make sure that you're utilizing all the tools to make sure that you're utilizing them. I mean, you're making the best, or taking the best out of the event. So you can see here, the list is much shorter than the initial one. Why? Because you have been able, or I have been able here, to filter companies that do thermoset. Okay, this is how you go ahead and select. So I would just give you a recommendation. There are a lot of big companies, a lot of medium-sized companies, a lot of small companies. You definitely want to take the opportunity to meet with the Boeing folks, etc. That is understandable, and it's one of the reasons why people are coming to this event. People come to this event. However, I would not recommend you to put all your eggs in the same basket. So you want to take time and review these companies and really make a good selection. And a good selection for me is a combination of big companies and smaller companies. You are free to go ahead and select meeting with Airbus or Boeing or Bombardier, but do not only select Airbus, Bombardier, and Boeing. Okay, look at their tier one, look at their tier twos, and probably you might get better chances there as well, because some of them do have packages that are then have to be worked on with smaller companies. So it is important that you do that. So this, once you've completed your choices, you're good to go. Okay, and you can go back to this page here. So this page, as you can see, is actually showing you two different parts. Okay, so the left part is a list of companies that selected this company called Apache Aerospace. All right. They saw Apache's profile, and they say, we would like to meet with Apache. And on the right side, this is the list of companies that Apache delegates selected. Just like I showed you, they went in there, looked at the entire list. So they selected that. And here Apache had to do something that we call validation. Validation is very simple. It's basically you review the companies that selected you, and so you can see who they are, right? Okay. And you say, no, this one here, not interesting for me, which is why you see the red squares or rectangles here. Okay. Or you say, yes, Bosch is of interest for me. Fibertech is of interest for me. Fuchs Lubricants is of interest for me. I want to meet with them. So you go ahead and you say yes. And that's why you see in the green here. So this is your choice. You do that because all the folks that you are going to be selecting will see your name on the left side in their profile, and they will say yes or no. So it is your duty here to do it. Please do it in a professional way. It is absolutely important to do that. That's the validation. Once you are done with the validation, you don't have anything else to do. Remember, you already told us when you are available. And I definitely recommend you to be available, as much as possible on March the 15th, the afternoon, because the morning is reserved for presentations by Boeing's leadership on March the 16th and March the 17th. It is absolutely important. So once you've done that, okay, what's going to happen is that we'll set up the scheduled meetings with the approved meetings and also with the approved request that you received. And you basically have a the name of the company that you're meeting with, and the number here is the booth number. This company probably in 2018 had a booth number 302. Okay, that's why you can see it's all over the place. All right. Now, the big change is that in 2018, it was a in-person event, and this year we're going to have a virtual event. So you don't have any physical booth. What's going to happen, and this is something that is important to know for everyone who's on the call today, even those who are familiar with the event, is that that is not going to be the case anymore. Why? Um, because what's going to happen here is something a little different. Okay. Um, I'm actually using the okay, let me pick this company, an event that we organized in December. So that was just a couple of months ago. And this event was completely virtual. And what I want to show you is that when you get the schedule, instead of having the schedule that looks like this one with the name of your counterpart with the booth number, instead, what's going to happen here is that you will have the name of the company that you're meeting with, but you also have this link. And this WebEx link, please pay attention when you see when you retrieve your scheduled meetings. We're giving you here an ID with a login and a password. And everything here is based on WebEx. That means that if you click on the link, if you're the host, it's like you had a booth, but you don't have a physical booth here. You have a virtual room, and you need to open that virtual room. So please be extremely attentive here, because if you're the host, it'll be indicated. The host has a link that ends with a V something, and the V, you see V918 here, that's what we're providing you here because you're the host. Okay. So once you've done that, what's going to happen is that, of course, you go ahead and do not click on join a meeting. You have to sign in. Sign in using the credential that we provided, and you can see them here. It's clearly indicated at the top of your booth. And doing that, what's going to happen is that you will basically open the virtual room. So for those people who already have a WebEx account, whether it's professional or private, please make sure about one thing. sign out of it. Do not log in with your personal account because, as you can see here, we are providing you with a new account number and password because we've already purchased these licenses, and they are exclusively aimed at hosting these meetings. So it is important that you bear that in mind. And for those of you, and of course, if you forget, it's human, not a problem. Okay. So you'll find on the website this tutorial here telling you, recapping, summarizing, okay, how exactly it's going to work. So if I'm the host, I click on the link, I sign in using the provided ID, and I open the meeting room, which means that my counterpart simply has to click on the link, and so long as I've opened the virtual room, they will be able to join me and we can have the face-to-face meeting. This is how it's going to work. So you see here, whether you're new or not, what we are doing is still very much what we were doing before. And I hope that's what we're going to be doing again in 2022. The value is here, the schedule of meetings that we are able to organize for you with the folks that you identified or the folks that you agreed on meeting with. That is the value. There's nothing else. It's not a trade show. We're not just telling you, okay, we're going to have tens of thousands of people. No, this is what we're going to be doing. It's matchmaking. So please do us a favor. Follow this guideline, and that will make sure that we are taking to lowering the risk of having technical issues and everything. So I hope this is very clear in everyone's minds, okay, and that you will be prepared. And that's why we needed you to follow um, this webinar. Now, you understand that we do have the scheduled meetings, but we also wanted to give you guys a bit more visibility to folks that you're not going to be able to meet. Okay, so basically, we are creating a virtual exhibition. And the virtual exhibition really is a virtual exhibition. Really, the name speaks for itself. Okay, which means that you're going to be able to um, sign in, and the account, you don't have anything else to pay. And I also want to mention that those people who were registered in 2020, we are not asking you to pay a single additional dime, nothing. Even though for us, postponing the event generated new cost, reorganizing the event generated new cost. We're taking it on us, and we're not asking you to pay anything. Even the additional attendees, usually we charge people for that. We said, okay, you can go ahead. We would not be charging you. It's hard for everyone, and we're all in the same boat here, so we appreciate your business. Okay, so once you are here, you simply click on visit the fair. And visiting the fair will take you to a virtual expo. And you can see here, for instance, you go and click on the Canadian Pavilion. Poof, you get in here, you can see, and we're going to have like 20 something of these halls. So you can basically hop from one hall to another. Okay, so basically what's going to happen is that you will be able, unfortunately, this is not working today, and I apologize for that. But what's going to happen is that you will have a booth. And when you get to this booth, you will be able to download videos, not to download, I'm sorry, to upload videos. Okay, you can go ahead and upload videos. You can go ahead and upload pictures to present the booth, basically. Okay, so when someone is visiting your booth, they can watch your videos, they can see your pictures, and they can even chat with you because there will be a live chat capability. If they're not connected, you can actually drop a message, and they will take a look at it and of course get back to you later on. So it is a real show, okay, but virtual. And I really apologize, but because you can see that I'm having a little issue here. I'm unable to show you what the booth looks like. but it's a virtual booth with videos, etc. So we are creating the accounts for you guys. You simply have to sign in, and you have until March the 10th to basically upload your videos, upload your graphics, and so on and so forth. Okay, please do us a favor. It is important to do that, so you get it done as soon as possible. You have a bit of time, and you will see it'll be nice. So that was something additional that we're doing for you guys. The next one is the conferences. If you click on the presentations here, well, you will be able to select, for instance, on day one, Boeing's leaders are going to be presenting on a number of topics. So you can click on that, and you get here. You can see that you find yourself in a virtual room from where you can start watching those presentations. Many of them will be live, some will be recorded, but the way to access them is exactly the same thing as I just showed you here. So I hope this was exhaustive, that you understand why it is important to do it well. Okay, for the good running of the event, for your own sake, we want to make sure that you have a great experience. 2022, we hope to be back in person events, but this year it's digital. It is what it is. I'm not someone who believes, okay, we have to do everything virtual, because we're humans. And I think it really is something important to go back into, a normal life. Okay. But at this very time, that's the only thing we have. So we are going to be you will be experiencing some technical hiccups. That is inevitable. But please, please, please do not be mad at us. Okay. Just if you miss something, someone misses a meeting, don't wait 30 minutes. Reach out to us immediately so we can try and find a solution. Okay. When you rely on technology, unfortunately, technology has a lot of flaws. Okay. So these things happen. But if you do follow the guidelines that I presented here, you should be good to go. There might be minor things, but we did the Air Mod Toulouse with 700 companies. We had a few hiccups, I have to confess it, but it went generally pretty well. And we had terrific, terrific comments from a lot of companies and participants. So please take a look at this virtual um, um, document here. Okay, and I think you should be good to go. Okay, so if I want to recap on things a little here, most important thing, of course, is the scheduled meetings. You understand that this is not changing compared to previous year. Okay, it still is the same thing. You go ahead, you select who you want to meet with, and we schedule the meetings for you. The second thing is the exhibition, the virtual exhibition. You will have a booth. Okay, and you might have one person stop by your booth, and someone that you wouldn't have met otherwise. Okay, so I'm not saying that you're going to have 100 visitors or something, but I think it's worth trying. We're not charging you anything. Okay, so give it a shot. The third thing, of course, the presentations. There will be Boeing's, but also other workshops. Airbus is going to be leading 2 different workshops, and this sort of company. So you want to try that as well. So I think this was pretty complete, I hope. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for your business. And if you have questions, please unmute yourself. You might have some questions that are also in someone else's mind. So go ahead. Thank you.
Can you remind, please, it's Christophe Salle from Garnier Aerospace. Can you remind, please, the date we have to respect, when we have to
Okay.
upload everything, and what is the deadline for that?
Thank you, Christophe. So a couple of deadlines that you must have in mind. Okay, that's a good question. First of all, the event, I'm sorry, the B2B meetings. You have a profile. Okay, make sure that your profile is up to date before February 24th, because on the 26th it'll go live. And you don't want to find out that there's something wrong in your profile when everyone can look at it. So February 24th, that's the deadline. And then to decorate your booth, your virtual booth, okay, that is March the 10th. So you have a bit more time, almost a month. So there's no reason not to do it. And you will have no excuse if you realize that some people are looking at something that is wrong, that is bad, because that is your responsibility. Okay. So the catalog will go live on the 26th. So before that, you want to make sure that you correct your profile, and the booth. You'll have until March the 10th to work on it. Anything else?
Thank you, Alain.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining. Okay, appreciate that. As I said, your business is great to us, and you see that we really did the best we could, or really try to do well to make sure that you have a good experience, that you are prepared. We have done this the previous sessions. We really had a ton of people, so you were not the only ones here, and everyone has been prepared. Well, we hope you have a great experience. And as I said, this is virtual. There might be some hiccups, so do not be mad at us if there's something. It cannot be perfect, but we're gonna try to make it work. So thank you very much again, everyone, and you have a great day. Thank you.